All right, so now we will move over to our must add, must drop category. And I get to go first. And the interesting thing was the guy that I had written down on our show sheet was Mr. Henderson, the running back for the Rams. The fact that he was cut actually makes me almost wish I hadn't written him down because we don't know where he's going to land right now. And the guy that I want to pick up, I just switched from Dortch over to Kyron Williams. I don't know if he's available in your league, but he got 8 touches last week. He's starting to play in the passing game more. I think Kyron Williams is a must-add for me this week. Tucker?
Yeah, my must add would be Traylon Burks. We've talked about him a little bit before, and he had a big game for Tennessee, and Tennessee hadn't thrown the ball to wide receivers for most of the season, and I think it's strictly because they didn't really have any wide receivers worth throwing to. He's someone who can get the ball on screen passes. He can be utilized in a ton of different ways. I hate comparing him to Debo Samuel because I don't think anyone's really that versatile in his skill set, but I mean, he's someone who should consistently get the ball 10 to 15 times a game in that offense. And the guy I'm dropping is Robert Tonyan, a guy who I think probably coming into the year was a top 10 tight end, but he's passed 5 targets just twice all season. He pretty much seems underutilized in an offense that really has been running the ball more and more with each week. Now with Christian Watson emerging as a guy with 5 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, Romeo Dobbs should be back. Probably not this week, but maybe a couple weeks down the line. An offense that doesn't throw the ball enough, it seems like Robert Tonyan's just become a forgotten piece in Green Bay.
Curtis, who's your must-add, must-drop this week?
He's not available in any high-stakes leagues, but he's going to be available in home leagues. That's Samaje Perine, and I'm only giving him as my must-add because I have him on a lot of teams, and I'm hoping for a big week out of him. Maybe a touchdown, maybe 5 catches. That would be suffice, and I'd be happy with that. Who's my must drop? It's got to be CEH. What a waste of a first-round draft pick that turned out to be for the Chiefs. And looks like his season's going to be over with that high ankle sprain.
Yeah, that was one of those guys after 2 or 3 weeks that when I talk about mistakes that I made that kind of worked out later, I had a few of those, got lucky or whatever. And that's going to do it. Remember to check out our 4 other shows, the Sharp Betting Show with Ryan McChrystal, Sharp Angles with Dan Pizzuta and Rich Rebar, Sharp Angles Fantasy with Rich Rebar and Fantasy Experts, and subscribe to Warren Sharp on YouTube for fantasy football insight, matchup previews, in-depth stats, analysis, and he is our fearless leader, and we ask that you hit the like button and leave him comments in the chat, and he will get back to you. That's going to do it, guys. We will see you next week.